I'm Godawa, the author of the novel Noah Primeval, a story of one of the most beloved Bible heroes of all times and all cultures. The novel tells the story of what led up to the great flood in the ancient world. Fallen angels breed giants and enslave mankind. Noah has been prophesied to save humanity from the coming destruction, but his wife and son are captives of the dark forces. So he embarks on a hero's journey to save them with the help of Uriel, his sarcastic guardian angel, Methuselah, the oldest man on earth, and a small band of ragtag warriors. But he's running out of time because it's starting to rain. I wrote it in a similar vein to Lord of the Rings and Narnia because I think that the ancient world before the flood was so different from ours that it would almost seem magical to us. Now, the Bible doesn't actually tell us much about Noah at all, and much of what we think of him is itself a fiction created by well-meaning Sunday school teachers. For instance, the Bible doesn't say what Noah was: a farmer, a nomad, a shepherd. So I thought, what if he was a warrior, a tribal leader who refused to worship pagan gods? So I tried to keep true to the facts of the story while filling in a hero's journey that fits well with the spirit of it. I have always considered the most bizarre passage of the Bible to be Genesis 6, 1-4, that talks about divine beings called sons of God coming down out of heaven and marrying the daughters of men who give birth to giants called Nephilim. Now, this has always been a controversial passage, but I did some study of the matter, and what I discovered blew me away. Israelites' ancient neighbors, the Sumerians, the Canaanites, and others, also wrote about the sons of God, divine human hybrids, and giants. So this wasn't just a bizarre, obscure passage in Scripture. It made sense in the ancient world. So my goal was to incorporate the scholarship of the ancient Near Eastern world into the biblical picture in an imaginative way that might explain the origins of myth and reality. It's speculative imagination, to be sure, but it follows the storytelling technique of ancient Jewish literature like the Book of Enoch, retelling Bible stories with theological interpretation while staying true to the spirit of the original. Imagine my surprise when I learned that the New Testament book of Jude not only quotes the Book of Enoch, but it paraphrases its content: the sons of God going after the daughters of men, which of course led to the offspring of giants, and the punishment of those angels. Even the obvious fantasy elements in my novel are based on imagery and metaphor that I took from the Old Testament. I believe Noah really existed and there was a flood. But the extent of that flood, how long ago it was, and even the effect of literary genre on the story are still hotly debated among scholars. But since the 19th century discovery of thousands of ancient Near Eastern texts, we now know what our forefathers did not: that the Bible does show an influence of ancient Near Eastern storytelling and imagination. And that storytelling had a lot to say about gods and their power. So what if the gods of the ancient world were real? What if they really did have supernatural occultic powers? Only they weren't gods. They were fallen angels seeking to be gods with their own plans of rebellion and worldwide domination. Now, this would seem to match up with the Bible when it says in Deuteronomy 32 that the pagan gods were demons who were allotted territories of power by God himself. The biblical research I did for Noah Primeval uncovered so many fascinating theological and spiritual surprises that I knew I just had to provide that research for those who were interested in going deeper. So I put 100 pages of appendixes at the back of the novel covering the biblical foundations for some of the imaginative elements in the story. The divine council, the sons of God, the Nephilim, Leviathan, and the Mesopotamian worldview are all examined in the creative vein my readers are used to from my books, such as Hollywood Worldviews and Word Pictures. Hollywood studios have had a sudden surge of interest in making movies about Bible stories. There are several of them being developed around town right now. Darren Aronofsky's Noah, Dan Lynn's Moses, Scott Derrickson's Goliath, and others. In fact, Noah Primeval is already adapted as a movie script as well. The problem is that it takes so long to make a movie, and so many of them often never get made. And let's face it, people are reading less and less books these days. You've got to keep interesting and entertaining just to keep their attention. So I decided to take my skill as a screenwriter and apply that style to a novel so that it would give a reading experience that would be like watching a movie. No plotting historical details, no long interior monologues, just a short novel, fast-paced action-adventure that will keep you on the edge of your seat and leave you with some spiritual thoughts to explore when you're done. I hope you enjoy it. Noah Primeval is book one in a series called Chronicles of the Nephilim. While I can't reveal my secrets, you can get a sneak preview on the website of the rest of the series. Babylon Inheritance, Canaan Conquest, and the prequel, Enoch Primordial, all chronicle the spiritual thread that is connected to the sons of God and their hybrid offspring, the giant Nephilim, in their war as the seed of the serpent against the seed of Eve. Sign up or subscribe on the website and you'll be the first to hear about product discounts, free articles, new developments, and books of Chronicles of the Nephilim.